sync with you guys, especially like the master sheet. Yeah, just get a sync and also like announce like some other things like Rex and I were chatting on. So I think like it we bring them here. And distractions. I don't have any distraction. I just close myself in a room in the given house, so I don't have any distraction. And for agenda topics, I actually want to talk about the data sheet to see. Oh yeah, I remember now. We were going to talk about the designs. It's good you joined, Efra. Yeah. So I wanted to talk also like me and Rex were chatting. Like he have a friend like from the university, and actually like he was interested on making a bot recording, like records the video and everything. And I was chatting with Rex, so we could make it like a collaboration with Giveth, like transparency and Giveth. So the idea would be like make this proposal on the on Giveth Garden, and then then make it. So like we don't have to pay like with the transparency budget. It's going to be like the deal is like the branding is under Giveth, and then we build it. So it's like the bot name could be like something like transparency Giveth, something like that. I think that'd be cool. And then like when we talk about the design, I also think like we could talk a little bit about the audit. And I think that the topics I think would be enough to me. I don't think we need any talk in the advanced page. It's already going on. Designs are finished. So I'll pass it to Ivy.
Thank you, Zepti. I don't have any particular intention, like in the agenda. I don't have anything to add, but I just want to catch up and see where I can support. Those are my intentions. And distraction, just the last minute preparation for my before I fly to Barcelona, because I'm checking. I just found out that there's something I need to do for the travel protocols in in Spain. So I haven't done that yet. That's my distraction. I pass it to you, NT.
Thanks, Ivy. Intentions. Sorry. Well, so talking about the master sheet and the audit. That's what I'm looking forward to today. And distractions. Nothing really. I'll pass it over to Efra.
Thank you. Yeah, my intentions are basically to sync with you guys, talk about the audit, the designs, and catch up with everything. And I have no distractions for the moment. I'll pass it to Bear.
Thank you, Efra. Yeah, so my intention is just to get all the updates, and I have one topic for the agenda in regards to like if we have like some kind of process kind of to review the platforms that we use in terms of security, because I was talking with Gideon about Clarity and we are like really into using Clarity in sample, but we were also talking about how do we know that Clarity is actually safe, that that I don't really know anything about this stuff, but like all the because you can use tokens with it, right? So we just want to make sure that it's like payments over there, and also in terms of like the information that we are uploading over there, that we can't know that it's safe. So I was just wondering, Septim, it's more like a question if we have some kind of protocol to review different platforms, or maybe that's more out of the scope of transparency. So I just thought I would bring it up here to the call, and that's it. I think everyone went, so I pass it to Septi.
Yeah, thanks, Bear. I think like it could be like you can put the prepared topic at the beginning of the agenda, so we can just chat now. Like, yeah, as you mentioned, right now there is no like there is not a process. Like even when people was starting using the work, like it was in a beta, and like it was like at risk of every working group was assuming the risk. Like if something happens, well, the risk is like the money the working group asked for. And then I don't know, like it would be up to the community to like imagine like you put the funds on Clarity, and then wow, the sample money is gone, and it's not like it's your fault. Like you try your best with good intentions, and then it came like a bad thing. So I guess like you could make the proposal again and ask for the money, and then no, like this platform is not trusted. But that being said, I think like it's hard to tell, like because if we approach it as a transparency and we say, okay, this platform is trusted, this platform is not, like it's like we are not guiding but imposing what to do to the community. Like it's like if we say, okay, those are the apps we trust, and then the rest I don't know, because if you ask me, I wouldn't use Clarity. I don't know it, and I don't need it. I prefer the work, honestly. That being said, like probably like sample people for some reason prefers it than the work, and that's totally fine. Like normally people prefer what the first thing they use, and when things are useful, then that's it. But like if the work would fail or something, then it's like gravity and comps would be pretty fucked. But it's I don't know, like I feel like it's a risk like the working group is assuming when using third platforms. It's like people using Terra. It's like they thought it was safe, then it was not. But yeah, I'm rambling too much. Like what I wanted to say is like if we say like over transparency, it's like and also like we can if we say like okay, Clarity is safe, and we say it over transparency, then what happens if something like if Clarity doesn't work or something? It's like the fault is transparency. I think like that's a big responsibility for I don't know what would be the reward, but I don't know. I mean, if there is a huge reward, then we could have like devs who could audit stuff, and but yeah, I mean, if we want that to be done by transparency, first I'm really skeptical because that would limit people will like. Because what if transparency is putting resources on some platforms, but sample wants some platform in concrete that transparency for some reason is not looking at, and then yeah, it's like I don't know, like it feels like too much power on transparency. I don't know. That's more or less my thoughts, but I also like to know from others, what do you guys think? Like especially you, Bev.
Yeah, no, for me it was more like a question, like we came up with this concern, so we were like, where should we take this, like is there a place in the tech where we can take this concern? And we just thought that transparency was more like the appropriate place. But yeah, I mean, maybe it's more of a medium to long term thing, that maybe in the future transparency can take what you were saying, once maybe we have more funds and we're able to do more stuff. Maybe it would be interesting to that idea that you had of having devs and being able to audit the platforms that we use. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that's imposing. I would be just like, like if a working group decides to use X platform, maybe they can just ask the transparency team if they could review it, if they could audit it, and if everything is good, then they use it, right? Or if they detect anything that's wrong, well, maybe it's up to the working group if they still want to take the risk, right? I mean, but maybe would be interesting. Uh, yeah, I don't know if anyone else has any other comment on this.
I think it's out of our scope to recommend what sites, what platforms to use for different working groups. But I think as transparency, we just want to make sure that these platforms that they're using are that the community knows what this platform, what these working groups use, and if that decision to use a particular platform will affect the community fund or the bigger community, we just have to make sure that it went through the advice process before they decide using that platform. If using that particular platform will affect the bigger community. That's my take on that.
Yeah, I actually agree with both of you. Like, I really agree with what Ivy was saying. Like, this is something like we can do easily and cheap. What Ivy was suggesting, and then what Bear was saying about like having like on transparency, having like in transparency a place where we kind of support people. It's okay, but knowing that, like, it's something I would feel comfortable doing. Doing project managing on that, but at the same time it's like it's very expensive. Like an auditor of a smart contract could be easily like 1,000 an hour. Like it's a ridiculous amount of money. So I really think it's out of the scope, at least for now. But in the future, like we can see. But again, like smart contracts auditors are so expensive. Like I feel like the TC cannot afford them right now.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I understand. And maybe also like another solution in the future would be maybe to have, maybe it's a different working group, right? That it's more specialized in security concerns and security best practices. Maybe that would be something interesting to consider in the future.
Totally, totally. I'm really concerned about security overall, like in my private life and everything. But sometimes it's like you have to take some risk. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so I mean, it's okay. I think we can go to the next topic of the agenda if you guys want.
Yeah, I think like we could skip that. Like Rex told me, like he was in a call that started uh, like 16:30 Europe, so like almost 15 minutes ago. So when he will finish, he will jump. So I think we can talk especially about design since Efra is here, and I think that's what we were talking like last day, NT. So yeah, basically, Efra, what we were talking, it's like we are approaching the next audit. Actually, this month, but I feel it's going to be delayed. Like we still not have the spreadsheet done, and I'm actually doing a lot of things. That being said, like I feel we could also include like one more month or something, like because it's going to be easier. And basically, what we wanted to check with you is like, FRI, like since you already have like the design from the previous audit, like yeah, basically what and the DC right now is like having budget problems. So what we wanted to ask from you is like, the time that you would require to make a new design, like using the same design but for a new audit, like it would be like significantly lower or it's almost the same. Like yeah, just some ideas on how much it would cost to the transparency group, like make designs on the audit. Like we really want to make them, but yeah,
Yeah.
also
Um. Yeah, for sure. I think the time would be significantly lower because the template is done, So we just have to replace some tables and text. So I say that the time is going to be probably the half of what it was spent the last audit. So yeah, I think the problem that the last time was the we had too many revisions. You know, we have some problems with some sections of the audit and have to remake these sections a couple times. But yeah, if we don't have the so many revisions, it should be way cheaper design for sure.
Great. That's very good news. Thank you, Efra.
Cool.
Um, can I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were talking about the graphics last week, what I had in mind is like maybe aside from the full audit that we present to the community, maybe we can do something like this. You know, um, yeah, like we can summarize the result of the audit in just one graphic. But I think we should be providing the text to Efra, and then Efra will just it will be easier. I think it will be easier for him to create infographics like this if we can create a summary of the full audit, and I think it will be easier for the community to understand what we're presenting if we can make something like this. I don't know what you think, guys.
So you say like we're making the full audit and we are also making this version, like this summarized version.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I think it's more interesting and easier to understand. And then if they want to see the full audit, they can go to the main document that we created in. I think it was in Figma before.
Yep.
So yeah, but I'm hoping we can create some simple infographics like this.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I don't know what the other people think.
Yeah, I really think it's a great idea. Like a great idea. But then I think like we also could have like like the full audit. Like it's more formal. Like we don't need like as much designing work in there. Like we could also like put the designing resource we have into this idea. So we have like the audit that it's boring and hard to read for people who really want to know, and then this smaller version, which yeah, I don't know. That sounds like good for everyone. Like Bear, NT, Efra, Ivy.
Yeah, for me it's also a great idea. Definitely.
Yeah, I'm honestly okay with whatever. Uh, this is probably better for Efra to say, but I guess if the template is done anyways, it's like it shouldn't be that hard. I think we may end up perfectly with both the complete Figma audit and the infographic, because as far as I understand, he could use the template and then just copy paste a few things from the full audit to the infographic, and that should be fairly easy. What I would really like to get across is that before doing anything, especially in the design, we have to be clear on what we want, so we don't end up like last time where he just said that he had to remake a lot of things, and that's money. So we gotta think through what we want really well before executing.
Yeah, that sounds good to me actually, NT. Like if we could pull out both in an efficient way that doesn't cost like so much money. Like right now we have like 10K something. Uh, so yeah, like the idea is, if we could pull both of them, I think that would be perfect. But I agree with you. Like maybe we aim high, we aim for getting both, but then let's first get everything so ready. So then when Efra is working on it, like it's so simple and efficient. Like so uh, we don't make him work twice, basically.
Yeah, basically I think we have to finish the audit and we can take a decision if we want to make the like a full graphic version or just text. But yeah, I don't think it's like any issue making graphics with, because like NT said, like the template is already done, so I just have to replace text and make some tables. It shouldn't be, it shouldn't take that long, like last time.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, just so you know, like we are a bit behind schedule. So basically, like I think like the most efficient way like to communicate it would be like when we get everything ready, I just DM you so or something. Like I will DM you like with time. Like if I feel like okay, next week it's going to be done, like I can have 1 or 2 weeks before. So if you are busy with other stuff, like you can also uh, be prepared.
Yeah,
Or,
sounds good.
or I don't know, like if you need like a month, like I advise with a month, I would also take it down. But yeah, I'll try my best to give you the time you need.
Yeah, thank you, man.
I
Okay.
I also have a question about the audit, Zepsi, because I realized that in the format that we have for the audit, most likely for the processes, it's gonna be just the same processes. So I'm thinking maybe we can reshuffle, reorder this, and put those sections that change that change every quarter. So when people go to the audit, they will see something different, because if we make the process as part one, and then they see, oh, this is the same old text as the previous audit, because most likely it's some process don't change. So maybe we can reshuffle this, but I want to know your thoughts. What should be at the top, and yeah, how we want to reorganize the topics. So when they go to the audit, the first thing that they will see is something new to them or some new data.
Yeah, that's great feedback, Ivy. That's so great. And yeah, I think like actually like the part one should be like the part that Rex will be doing, funding pool and the serve movement. And then we could have like part five as two, and then governance as three. So all those more analytical parts like at the beginning, and then and then governance, and then process at the last one. Yeah, I really think this is great feedback. I don't know, like if the order I just said is like the one everyone feels stronger, but I feel pretty good with this one. I could change like analytic for governance, but I think that both are like same. Uh, but yeah, like I think those, I don't know, like I think yeah, that's great feedback. I think.
Okay, thanks. So I'll just update because I created the ZenHub issues for for the parts and assigned them to each of you. So I'll just update them in ZenHub uh, and
And we
change the part number.
and we need to onboard Rex, right? On SenHub.
Yeah, I can find him on ZenHub.
Yeah, when he joins, like we talk about that. Okay, and anything else about audit or designs?
Well, not much of just a comment. I did my part. Um,
Oh, great! You're a hero. Thank you, NT.
but if I think you said we are like I would just want to know if we are going to include June, because I think you said we may include one more month just because we are already delayed. Um, so I just would like to get that clear so I know if I have to make that again or whatever.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like almost August and at the beginning of the September I will be away. Like I will be attending Burning Man probably. So yeah, I think we get to decide it now. Like I feel like we'll have quorum. Like almost all of us are here, but Rex, do you want to include July in there?
I
I don't
think we
know.
can stick to the quarterly report
Okay.
so it doesn't confuse. I mean, it's easier to remember that okay, we do this every quarter. Just that this report got delayed a bit.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually sounds better. And then we deliver on August, and then I can go holidays, and that's done. And then
Yeah,
we
because if we do that, the next audit will cover like only 2 months.
yeah. I actually think like we could probably next year, but or something, but or even the next audit. But since we will have 6 months, we could do like three, like change like to do like two audits a year. Like I feel like 4 audits is like a lot. Like it feels like I don't know. I feel like I never stop. I don't know about you guys, but yeah,
Um. Okay, so if we make a quarterly audit, that'd be 3 per year. And I'm looking at the calendar. If we include July, then we have 5 months left on the year. So I'm not sure how we want to do that
yeah.
because we
No,
may
no,
we
no.
may
Let's do June. Let's do June. Like let's do June, and that's it. I'll put my best to put a lot of hours so we get. I mean, Trek. We need especially like Trek's part is the hardest, and I need to support him. But yeah, like actually, like UNT got your part done. Ivy, I don't know how you feel with yours, but it seems like it's also easy, right? Like you feel like
Yeah,
strongly like you could deliver your part like this month.
yeah.
Okay.
Though I'll be in Eat Barcelona, but I think we'll still be working there, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
think I can.
and we can work together.
I can work on it.
Yay!
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. Yeah, let's get that done. Yeah, we should not be
Um,
lazy.
I just want to comment, like, yeah, I mean, it's good what you guys are deciding. I just want to also echo what you said, Septi, about maybe in the future changing how often audits are done. Yeah, I think for audits, maybe it would be pretty good, like, to have two a year, uh, like one once every 6 months, and maybe we could come up with some other kind of reporting tools to maybe do something more often, but like a big audit. I think 6 months, at least in my opinion, would be pretty good.
Yeah, it takes resources. I'm really with you. Yeah, in that.
I also just had this sudden idea that maybe audit sounds too technical. Maybe we can rebrand it next time and call it transparency check. Maybe it's doesn't sound too intimidating for people to. Yeah, because maybe audit sounds too boring. That's why they're not checking. Just an
Yeah,
idea.
yeah, sounds good.
I like that, but I have a small issue. Because I really like the name, but I feel like it could make outsiders like it could be harder for outsiders to find the information because like I think audit is it's more boring, that's for sure, but it's also like a more standard word. Like if I was going to look for any like the other the when we made the first audit, I looked for maker for the MakerDAO audit, and I was able to find out quickly because it was named audit, and so that's my debate. I really like the transparency check, but I'm not just sure. I'm just not sure that would be the best option.
Do you want
Yeah,
to
that
counter
makes
argument,
sense.
Ivy?
No, I mean it's just an idea, but I think what NT said makes sense. That yeah, maybe if an because I thought transparency check is easier for the community to understand. But like what you said, if you're an outsider and you want to see, if you want to search for this particularly, if you control F check or transparency check, you might not be able to see it easily. And if we call it audit, maybe it's easier.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
and
that's great.
sorry, and just to finish on that, also part of kind of like a, it's not a concern, but something that I had in mind is that actually like in the regular organizations world, in the business world, like an audit is usually done by like an external team to the company, right? So I've always had like this issue in my mind that we're kind of doing like an inner audit, right? Like ourselves, but yeah, just like kind of be careful with the names and with the way we frame things. So in that way, I think I would kind of agree more with Ivy, like maybe coming up with a different name would be interesting, and just like leaving audit for like something really kind of special, for not so often. But that would be it.
Hello,
What if we
I missed
what?
most of this, but there is a difference, and you can call it internal audit and external audit, um, if you wish. So, sorry, I missed most of the call, but yeah.
You said you can or you can't.
Yeah, you can. So rather than say audit, you can say internal audit, and then
Oh
that's
yeah, yeah.
fine.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
What I feel like after hearing all of you, it's like we could do something like in between, something what Ivy was saying, and that's anything like since we are actually having two products at the end. That's what I understand we're going to have after this conversation. We're going to have like the audit we used to have, and this could still being called audit. So if external people join and it's like more regular word, and since it's also a boring document, it's like okay, audit. It's boring, but it's not audit. And then we have like this idea that Ivy suggested of having like this audit into a small infographic, and this could be like the transparency checkup. And then it would be more attractive to the people in the community and more easy to onboard. I don't know if that sounds good with both of you.
Sounds
Ivy and
pretty good.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
great. Yeah, actually, welcome, Rex. We were waiting for you. Yeah, we were talking about designs, audit stuff. But now that you're here, we could first talk about datasheet. Do you have like the master sheet? Like, is it done? Is something missing? Uh,
So I haven't checked up on basically what working groups are missing. What I have been working on this week.
oh,
Huh?
can I say something? Can I say something? Actually, like what the working groups that are missing is comms and legal. And I don't know, Ivy, if you could take legal for the master sheet.
We don't have funds in legal. We have
Like,
funds, but it's for it's not moving. It's just there. Should I update the
yeah,
sheet?
but yeah, and didn't you distribute
Okay.
some funds with the TC, buying TC and stuff, and then send it to contributors? I think like all of that was
Oh,
also be
okay,
reported.
sure.
We can do that
Okay,
in
sure.
the we can do it in the house when you come. Like actually, there's no rush. We can do it together, and then you just take care of updating it. Like when new legal things happen, but probably not so regular.
Yeah, I can update that when I get there. But right now the legal funds the is just I think it's just 10,000 die and it's not moving. It's just there as an emergency fund,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not moving. But yeah, I'll update
Okay.
the sheet when I get there.
And then there is also missing like the rewards. Later that I will do it. It's so quick, and I actually have everything in mind. But I actually would ask if someone could help with the rewards sheet basically it's pretty simple. Like Nagin and Mitch are saying the rewards that got distributed. The funds that came to the multi-sig at some point was 55k worth of TC. But I said I was going to make it done, and I'm not getting that done. So I actually would love if someone could support me on that. I can strongly feel like NT, Bear, or Rex. Any of you.
I'm happy to take a look at that one, but of course I don't know the. I've only been to one rewards. What's it? One rewards kind of meeting, so I'm have zero idea on how they work.
Oh, I could explain that all to you. Actually, you come into Barcelona, right?
Yeah, we can talk then. So yeah, say I'll
Yeah,
we can
that'd be
take.
fantastic. I would love to have that. I would love it.
Okay, awesome. And I remember last week the goal was for me to kind of take a look at the smart contract, the entry tax, exit tax. Now, I have a script now which basically can extract any data from Dune and turn it into
Great.
an Excel sheet, which is like most of what I was working on last week. So I put it on GitHub if you do want to use it. But the basically have all of the buy and sell transactions. So the totals. So per day, sum of entry tax and exit tax. Does it work? Or?
I mean, the Discord screen is so small, and then the Excel is even smaller.
Okay.
If you can zoom even more, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, I
Okay.
read it now.
Okay. So basically, I have a script which it's this one here if you want to see it, but basically it will give me. It's not too complex once I figured out what everything is, but I can extract any data from Dune and put it onto an Excel sheet. So I can do this for, say, wallet transactions. If we want to start comparing Dune to what the reported quantities for each of the working groups, if we wanted to, or
That's
balances and
just
so on.
so great, Rex. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. Congrats, mate. That's I don't know you guys, but I find it pretty amazing
Yeah,
that we
it's
can
so
do
great.
that now.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. But as a byproduct of that one, so what I was trying to do was get the entry and exit tax amounts, which I have here. I haven't joined them up, but this is basically every day how much did we generate from okay, this
Yeah,
one
from
this one's
trivia.
broken, but anyway, how much did we generate? So
But tribute
yes.
total looks like always the same.
Yeah, I know. This I'm gonna have to check
Okay.
this column. But
Mm-hmm.
basically what it does is if I build a Dune query, I can take out all of the data of it. Or if there's a Dune query already created by JH,
Mm-hmm.
I can take all of the data off of it onto an Excel. So that's kind of
That's
what I have.
great.
So now,
That's so
yeah.
cool.
So what I can do with this is both, if we want entry and exit tax, I can do that because this takes off of the smart contract. Or I can also have the common pool as like a massive sheet. Or I can add a tab to each of the working groups with their transaction history on Dune, so on the blockchain. So they have so we can compare.
That's great. And Yeah. You didn't have the chance to talk with Sampo about the spreadsheet, right?
No, so that one's gonna have to be tomorrow.
Okay, that's cool. Okay. So actually, yeah. Is there anything else we should discuss about the master sheet? Like I is taking legal, Rex are taking the
Rewards.
rewards. I'll do comms because I don't think like Chui doing it. I don't know if someone else wants to take it. I'm also happy to give it to someone. If not, I can take it or I'll try my best to get it done. And and yeah, I think that would be it for the master sheet. And then
I'm not sure I can take it, but I have to clear out some stuff this week. But I'll keep you updated if I can.
yeah, that'd be great. I don't think I'm going to get that done during this week. So yeah, just check with me next week. If it's not done, you can take it. Yeah, and then the last topic, I was chatting with Rex. So basically, like he have a friend like who run a bot for getting the recordings. That's something like we actually dreamed for a very long time. We tried like voice recording that was not good enough. So basically, like what we could build there, it's like a bot that gets the call, updates it on YouTube. But then what I feel, Rex, correct me if I'm wrong, it's like it's the titles and all that stuff is not going to be so nice. Like I still like we still human power there, like with those, but then also would help
I'm sorry.
actually Bear so much. Like so Bear could focus on other transparency tasks on Sampo or Sopo that I know you are also working there a bit. Yeah, and it actually like would we could scale it. And actually I've been talking with Griff and he would be so happy like to fund it with Kibet funds.
Hmm.
So the only thing is like we should have like some kind of transparency Kibet branding, but then they would pay for it.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, we need to kind of. So we're gonna need to discuss like scope, right, and like the requirements and how fully fledged we want this first version to be, because there's a couple of different mechanisms it can have, right? It can either be a bot where um each of the people there can like, so the first person that joins can send a command to the bot to start recording, or we can have it automatic to check if there's anyone in a call and then start recording. And yes, the titles and the playlists are either gonna have to not be there, or they can be essentially taken as like points that we don't need to feed to the bot, or that can be fed with a command. So, say channel name and date, and then send it to the channel name to channel. I mean, like Discord channel. So, working group plus date, and then send it to the working group playlist, and that's about it. But yes, it will help out with kind of having to set up something, put up OBS, all of the manual tasks that Bear is having to go through. They can be automated, or most of them.
I think like actually if we could make like I really like it to be automatically because if people sometimes forget like I think we could link it to the Google Calendar or the Discord calendar wherever. Then the bot is recording. Then it's updating it to YouTube, and then Bear, Ivy, me, Rex, anyone, or we onboard someone like whoever wants to take it. I would love if Bear keeps doing it. Gets the all the documents already done in there, and then the only thing to be there is like okay, title. This is transparency code. Then following like the process we are already doing, and then adding yeah, adding the all this operation like the playlist, blah blah blah, and then also like it would also reward better. Like I think like this should be paid 19 DAI an hour, any hour like bear or anyone puts in there. So yeah.
Cool. So yeah, like further steps is like is everyone else kind of good with this idea and trying to pursue this further?
Yeah, so Rex also reached out to me last week about this, and yeah, I think it's a great idea. Like as long as we try to constantly be innovating and trying to become more efficient, I think that's always great for the TEC. So yeah, absolutely, I agree on to this.
Yeah, actually, I was also chatting a little bit with Cliff on that there, and I think also it's like a good opportunity, like for you, like like the budget, like it doesn't mean like we are not going to use budget on you. It just means like you will be doing other things with the same budget or whatever, right? And it's like it's going to be most efficient. Like it's not offboarding or anything to anyone. Just wanted also to be clear with that. It's like you could be doing more interesting things and getting paid the same or even more.
Yes, yeah, of course, yeah, yeah. I was telling Rex that yeah, like this income that I've been having with the recordings, like it really has made a difference, like in my life, a really good impact. But yeah, I think yeah, the way I see it is not like diminishing or like working less or like getting less responsibility, but more like what you're saying. So yeah, thank you for saying it that way. Yeah, I agree on to that. Yeah, I feel I could do more other stuff, and yeah, no, if it's good for the TC, of course I will support it.
Awesome. So yeah, I mean we still have 8 minutes. I don't know if you want to get some scope now with the boat recording or if you want to do a call with your friend. I don't know
So
how you want to
if
approach it.
we
Like actually, I would love Rex if you PM this project too. I could also like do some advisor role. Like I could make the proposal and do some advisory stuff. But I would love you PM the
so
project.
I would think that the best way forward, because he knows. So this guy's done Disco bots before, and he's used FFmpeg, which is like command line OBS, let's call it. So he knows. So we kind of it'd be best if we have a call with everybody that wants to be involved. So yourself, myself, this guy. His name is Aaron. I don't know what name he's gonna go by in the crypto space. I've doxed him. There you go. And you said Gibbeth wanted to play part in this, so if they can be on the call as well, whether either that or we discuss it in Barcelona as well, and kind of lay out the steps as we did for the spreadsheet.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining another transparency call. Yeah, see you around. Some of you, I'm so excited to meet you. Especially like you both that are coming, Ivy and Rex. Yeah, happy to hug both of you. Yeah, see you everyone.
Thank you, Septi.
See you guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye.